Who doesn't love the Belgian Grand Prix? It's the race, of course, that gave maiden pole positions to the Jordan and Force India teams, with Rubens Barrichello and Giancarlo Fisichella respectively. Jordan, of course, would then go on to better that here in 1998 with their first ever victory. And you can guarantee that something special will always happen at Spa-Francorchamps. But what that something is today is anybody's guess. Spa-Francorchamps then, a historic 19-corner circuit with a lap distance of 4.35 miles. There's over 100 metres of elevation change here, and with long stretches of the lap spent flat out, a good top speed will be vital for success. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Now I want to ask you about Daniel Ricciardo. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. The scientist lines up on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Raikkonen, Max Verstappen and Perez, Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Ocon and Kevin Magnussen. Van Dorn, Sainz, Charles Leclerc and Ericsson, Gasly, Alonso. They've taken a grid penalty. Lance Stroll and Sergei Sirotkin. Hartley and Daniel Ricciardo rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights. Position. Pit now. these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. You're leading the pack, P1. Our gap behind is 44.9 seconds. They're on old softs. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 16 laps to go. You're leading the pack, P1. The gap behind us is 49.3 seconds. They're on old softs. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. This is your final lap of the race. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. Position, front of the pack. They're on old softs. This is your final lap of the race. Yes, you've done it. Well done.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. The scientist increases their championship lead. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I think I'm going to give it to Daniel Ricciardo. He's come through the field so well today, you know. Well deserved.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Sauber, whose good result moves them further up the championship. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
Alright, listen up everyone. They've announced that the technical regulations are changing for next season. Now there's a risk a lot of our hard work could be undone if we're not careful, so let's figure out how to mitigate this. Drivers, take a look at the developments we have and let us know what you want to invest in protecting. Alright everyone, let's get on top of this. Okay, we had the new parts come through from the factory. We'll get them on the car ahead of FP1.